Soulframe has been in a pretty good state lately, especially with all the updates to the map, a new island, and a completely new weapon system. However, this is just a small part compared to what's coming this year. And one of the biggest things that everyone has been asking for, mounts, is also coming, and hopefully a console release. Hey guys, how you doing? In this video, we will go over all the things that are still to come for 2026. So if you find this info at all insightful, smash that like and subscribe button, and let's dive right in. So first off, let's take a look at this image. This massive glowing blue ice palace, which is tucked inside a huge cave, captures that mystical ancient vibe of Eldvale, the Fey realm, or those deep underground Neathun areas in Alka. This is a concept art for a future zone, or a fancy palace tied directly to the Empress and the Fey storyline, which the devs revealed in a stream not too long ago. And it seemed like this will be an entire expansion because there's a couple of things that are connected, well, at least for speculation. But honestly, I think it could be hinting at a whole new faction hub. If you look at the edges, you can see cut-off areas, so it doesn't really feel like a one-and-done dungeon. Since it's connected to the Fey Empress, who seems to have been kidnapped by the Ode, I'm really hoping this brings a bigger, longer story and more lore. This place should be coming sometime this year, and I bet we'll hear a lot more about it at TennoCon, which is right around the corner, because Jennifer English, the voice actress for the Fey Empress, and a pretty big name in gaming from Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3, is going to be there as a special guest on July 10th and 11th. So this upcoming future expansion, if you will, could very well be connected to these images. This metal structured-like image here, which is another piece of concept art, feels like it could be an Ode-related base or a hidden stronghold in the sky, possibly the exact place where the Fey Empress is being held hostage. One image has that deep dungeon theme going for it, but it could still be anything really. Coming back to this other one, it looks like a floating structure high up in the clouds, which lines up perfectly with that mysterious, far-off castle we can see when we look up in the game. It all ties together so nicely with the Fae storyline, and I'm really hoping it brings a big new chapter with more lore, new areas to explore, and maybe even a rescue mission for the Empress. So while we're talking about TennoCon, one thing that's definitely going to get a big spotlight is mounts. Yup, they've officially confirmed that riding mounts are coming to Soulframe later this year. We already got a teaser with the Omen Wolf mounts, those majestic white wolves you can bond with and ride across Alka at high speeds. I'm hoping TennoCon gives us more details like mounted combat, customization options, or even when exactly we'll get our hands on them. It's going to completely change exploration and make traversing the world feel way more epic. Mounted combat like in Elden Ring, for example, would make the game so much better, especially while traversing the map. They've also been talking about improving combat flow by flattening out some of the really steep areas so fights with enemies feel way more engaging and fair. In the most recent dev stream, they showed off plans for a much livelier world, adding things like cows and other actual roaming animals that'll make Alka feel alive and immersive. A while back, they also revealed new building concepts that blend naturally into the environment, instead of looking like random structures slapped on top. There were also some cool illustrations hinting at mining mechanics with different materials like strange ores, gold, and glowing crystals. And one thing a lot of people might have forgotten, there's a concept art that was shown at the beginning of the year that looks like a brand new weapon type, some kind of ring or circular weapon that could point toward a dancer-style combat class. There's also still more MMO plans in the works. A while back, the CEO announced that at these respawn points we will be able to see other players. Then, during the latest update, they were at the trees, not these points, so that could still be coming. Then finally we know some sort of dynamic weather system is coming. For example, thunder, rain, but I doubt snow because that requires a map update, which doesn't seem likely, well, at least not for now. And yeah, that's the majority of stuff that we know is still in the works for this year, and with Prelude 16, I'm hoping for mounts. So what do you guys think the game still needs? Let me know in the comments section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.